Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe in the YouTube channel for tourism. Okay, the topic for today talks more on the job opportunities that you can find in the tourism industry. For those who will be pursuing the tourism in university, so this topic outline more on careers that you can find in tourism, jobs that are available in the industry. So you will get more on the inside direction of the subject tourism. Okay, without wasting any time, so the key concepts that are under this topic, you must first understand what is career, what is job, what is entrepreneur. Okay. Okay, let me take the highlighter here. Okay, so career. So a career has to do, it's when a person works. So it's when a person works for a significant period, which is the person is working for a specific period of time. We know when you work, you have a contract that you sign. The contract that you sign indicate a specific period of time that you work in for that company that you are employed in. So a career, it has to do when the person works for a significant period of time in an occupation. So occupation, it has to do with the kind of jobs that a person is doing, meaning that occupation, if you're a teacher, educator, if you're an IT guy, if you are a nurse, if you are a doctor, so that's the occupation. So it's where the person is working in the specific period of time for the specific period of time in that particular job that is doing. So in that job that a person is doing, the person has a room for what? For growth. We know in the work that you are doing, there is a development growth that is taking place as well. For example, a person start being a teacher, go to being a principal, go to be a curriculum advisor. So there is some developments and growth that a person can get when they are working in that particular career that they are doing. So a career, it has to do with when a person is working for that particular period of time in the kind of job that they are doing, and also they have a opportunity to grow. So that's a career. So what is it's a job? So when we are talking about a job, it has to do with the person. So it's a person that is being paid to do the task. So the person is being paid to carry out the task, meaning it's giving the task that they need to do, and they are given the specific time to do the task, and they are paid for the task that they will be doing. So that has to do with the what? A job. Then on the last concept, which is the entrepreneur, it has to do with the start of a business. When a person decided to start their own business, which is they take their financial risk of starting the business and they enjoy the rewards on their own. So that's the entrepreneur. So these are the concepts that you need to understand. So on the second slide, we will talk more on the job and career opportunities in the tourism industry. Okay, so in the tourism, which is in grade 10, some of you have learned that the tourism industry is one of the industry that employed especially skilled. So we are talking about skilled, meaning that we are talking about people who have training for the particular field that they will be working in. So that has skills, meaning that they had training. They have training of what they are hired, training of what they are being hired for. So that's skilled. They have training. So in grade 10 you have learned that industry of tourism, it hires a lot of people. It hired people with skills. They have training of the job that they will be doing. Unskilled labor force, meaning that it hires even those who don't have like skills, didn't go to the school and get the training. So the market of tourism also hires such people. So this make it this industry of tourism, it makes the industry very unique because it accommodates the people who are differ, and also this industry of tourism, it's open to many jobs, meaning that there are many jobs that are found in the industry of tourism, and also there's many career opportunities, careers that people can choose for the citizen of South Africa. So there is many jobs, there is many careers that the people who are staying in the country, the citizen of the country, can choose from. So it is also the industry that train people to work in both local and international jobs. So the industry train people to work for locally and being able to work with the international jobs as well. So it prepare them both here in the country as well as international. They can apply for the job abroad. So that's just the overview. Okay, here we will talk about example of frontliners and support staff. So you need to understand what is a frontliner. So when you're talking about frontliner, what is a support staff? Okay, so here it is an example of frontliner. So this topic is grade 11. So frontliner. So the first one, so a frontliner are the people that represent the company. So not a frontliner, man. It's a support staff. So a support staff are the people that are behind, work behind the scene. They are not in contact with the customers. They are behind the scene. So for example, when you're going to a hotel, you find the place clean. So cleaners are the support staff, meaning that they work behind the scene, because when you arrive in the destination, you find it clean, then the cleaners has cleaned it. Meaning that behind the scene, mechanic, they fix the car. You don't see them. They fix the car. Meaning that these people are behind the scene. Air traffic controllers, they are behind the scene. They are not being seen when they are doing their job. Chefs, the food that you find being cooked, it's not cooked in public or close to you in your eye. It's cooked at the back, then it's being served to you. So behind the scene, housekeeping, they clean your room, they clean everything. So there are kind of people that are behind the scene. Then marketing coordinators of the marketing event, making sure that they are marketing, so they are behind the scene. You don't see them marketing it. So train drivers, you don't see the train driver. You see the train traveling. So support staff are the people that are doing their job, meaning that they are not in your public eye. You don't have direct contact with them, with these kind of customers. So these are example chef, this is housekeepers, air controllers, then this is marketing coordinator, making sure coordinating everything that has to do with marketing. Then this is what? This is mechanic. So support staff. You need to understand. Then we move to frontliners. Frontliners, the word front tells the front image, the image of the company. So the frontliners, they are direct contact, meaning that they meet the customers, they meet the tourists, so they meet them, direct them, meaning that when you meet the customers, example of frontliners, reception meaning that they welcome the guest, those that welcome the guest with a smile, with love, with care. So meaning that frontliners, they need to make sure that they are welcoming, because they are the face. Anything that is not going right to them, it will affect the business. So example of frontliners: receptionist, frontliners, the bus driver, because you can see the bus driver that is driving is the one that you pay for the ticket. Pilots, meaning that when you enter in the flight, then the pilots, you will see them, and they will introduce themselves in the flight. Restaurant manager, checking the what? Checking the food, checking the service is being right. Room service waiters, those are frontliners because they serve the food or beverages to the tourist, in their rooms. Conference organizers, they organize the conference, making sure everything goes smooth in the conference. Tourist guide, meaning that it's the frontliner because the tourists that they will doing tours to, they will be there as well. So example, this is a driver, welcoming the people who are at reception, answering calls, meeting people who are entering. Then the manager, restaurant manager, making sure that the food that will be served is in the condition that is right. Then the pilot driving the flight. So the room service, meaning that's meeting, entering the room, you will meet the person you will be serving to. Then conference organizer will be there as well, organizing. So you have to be able to differentiate between support staff and frontliners. Hopefully you have get the inside of it, both of them. Okay, then now what we will be talking about, that is major, which is it's a transport sector. You need to understand the sectors. So transport sector, what is transport sectors? Transport sector has to do with the air, has to do with the road, has to do with rail, has to do with sea throughs. Okay, any jobs that are related that you can find in transport sector, which is air. What we can find in air, we know it's flights. Air has to do with flights. Cabin, meaning that those people are working in the flight, attendants, serving beverages, looking after customers. This is the first one. Then the pilots that are driving, the captains that are making sure that they are driving the flights. This is a captain. Then the ground personnel. So when we're talking about the ground personnel, meaning that we are talking about people who are working on the ground. For example, those ones who are baggage, handling baggage of the what, of the tourist, like packing them, aircraft fuel, those who are putting fuel to the to the flight, maintenance, making sure tires are in a condition that is right. So those people who are working on the ground, they are being called ground personnel, like watering the aircraft, washing it. Those are ground personnel. Then we have air traffic controllers, those people who control the traffic, uh, making sure that there is no traffic that was taking place, checking those flights that are arriving, leaving, all of those things. Then talk about customs. Customs has to do with making sure the searching of bags that are arriving, if there is no illegal substances that are being brought by the tourists here. For example, in customs, checking the paperwork, administration, um, checking everything that has to do with the, the people who are bringing to the country. Then exercise stuff, stuff that is exercise stuff, training people in the flight. Then information stuff, meaning that if you have any information regarding, maybe you don't know your flight, you want to ask something about regarding your flight in the airport, anything, then you go to the information stuff. Retail stuff, meaning that those people who are working in retail, for example, in the airport, there is a shop, duty free, whereby you can take some stuff, you can buy some stuff that you can bring to your country that you are going in, so you can work there. So these are the kind of job that a person can find in transport sector. Security, security is everywhere, airport especially. So security. Then we have the baggage control staff, meaning that the staff that is making sure that they control the baggage, meaning that the conveyor belt, for example, here conveyor belt, checking the baggage, it's in a condition that is right. Everyone received their package, so it has to do with controlling the baggage of the stuff that they are carrying. This is the information stuff that people can go to. This is like a conducting the traffic, directing the flight. This is the shop that a person can work to. So this is the air kind of job. There's a lot of job. Okay, now we are moving to road. So road, we know road endleleni is still under the transport sector, meaning that there can be a job whereby tour bus driving tourists around the province, coach drivers, so driving these tourists, tour manager, making sure that the tours are being managed, are being done in a correct way, person to report to traffic managers, managing the traffic in roads. So the kind of jobs that a person can find in the industry. So car hire, for example, AVs. If a tourist arrive in the country, then they need to hire a car. So these are the places that they can go to. AVs car rental, hats. So where they can hire a car. What is this term? Chauffeurs. Chauffeurs has to do with you see those people who are driving limousines. They are carrying like VIP, wearing suits. So if you are going to the event, you drive for them. Chauffeurs are there's like people who are being driven. They have their personal driver who are driving them to all the places they want to go. So they open doors for them. So the kind of jobs that you can find. This is an example of shifters. Then booking agent are the people that you can book your ticket to. For example, if there is an event that is taking place, then you can contact a booking agent to organize a ticket for you. Then stewards has to do with people who are like securities, making sure there is safety. It has to do with people who are making sure there is cleanness in the roads, there is no dumping um, dumping, removing, for example, if there is ice in roads, or removing ice. So those are stewards. Then we move to the kind of job that you can find in rail. We know rail, it's a train. So train it has driver. So there can be a driver. That job opportunities, there can be a retail that are fine. People can buy stuff. So there's customer service agents that you can call. I can refer to and call if you have maybe a complaint or anything that you would love to ask based on a rover rail train. So the train that you are using. So customer or service agent that you can refer to the question that you have. Then dining car chefs, the chefs that are cooking in the rail, in the train. So they cook for this guest. So usually dining car chefs, they are in the train that is traveling like long distance. So ticket inspector, these people that are inspecting, checking the tickets, the ticket valid, they are in the conditions that they supposed to be in, the dates, they are not expired. So the kind of jobs that a person can find. Then we move to C, the last one, transport sector. So we have chefs as well in sea. We know sea cruise is like a hotel that is in the boat. So we have chefs that will be cooking for the guests that they are in. We have catering. Cater for the tourists that are in the boat cruise. Bar staff, people that are working in bar, serving alcohol for the guests, attendants, people will be attending there. Then we have pizzas. Pizzas has to do with senior members in the crew. These senior members, they manage. They has to do with coordinating, handling customers. For example, this is here. Then entertainment officers that has to do with anything that has to do with the entertainment. Entertainers, maybe there will be musician that will be asked to be in the boat for the period of time, singers, comedians, anyone who will entertain the guests that will be traveling in the cruise. Then hairdressers, meaning that people who has to do with the hair in salon, making sure they fix the hair of the guest. Then beautician has to do with putting makeup, making sure that the person, the lady, they look beautiful. Retail and sale, meaning that there will be a retail and sale whereby people there will be sold clothes, anything that is sold in the boat. Tour directors, directing tours, making sure that tours are happening in an effective way. Deck officers, checking if the boat is traveling well, there is no danger that is upcoming, all of those kind of things. Okay, this is transport sector. We are now moving to hospitality sector. So it's important to understand kind of job that we can find in the transport sector. Then we move to hospitality sector. So hospitality sector has to do with food. It has to do with the food that a person can be served. Beverages has to do with drinks. Okay, so the kind of jobs that I find in hospitality: event planning of the events, making sure that events work and clients are being served in the right way. Client to plan the event for the client, coordinate everything. For example of event planning, you can plan a wedding, that will be taking place, being hired to organize for wedding. conferences and gathering that will be taking place. That's the event planning. The event that will be taking place, you make sure you organize everything, go according. Food has to do with food, beverages, manager. So the kind of job, meaning that the person that will be making sure that everyone is served food, making sure that there is drinks that are being served, the manager of all of the process. Manager oversees, meaning that they check everything, the operations in the restaurants, the bars, and catering service. It's in the conditions that are right. Front desk clerk, it's like receptions. They work at the front of hotels, motels, and also other accommodations. Responsible for checking guests in and out, guests who are entering and leaving, answering calls, handling customer queries if there is queries of guests, so they handle them. Then the other hospitality job, meaning that it's housekeepers responsible for cleaning, maintaining hotel rooms and common areas. Then restaurant servers, serving waiters, so they take orders to guests, serve food, serve drink, handle what requests that they might be asked to request. Then bartender serving alcohol, mix it, and also serving non-alcohol drinks like drinks, cocktails, everything. So these are the kind of jobs that you can find in hospitality. So there's bartender, receptionist, chefs, managers. So these are the cleaners. So these are the kind of jobs that you can find in hospitality. Then we talk about events, conferences, as we talk. So event and conferences has to do with being responsible to managing, has to do with preparing everything, organize everything on behalf of clients. So you organize everything on behalf of the clients, everything is going well. So most jobs in the sector of event and conference involves working with people. So a professional conference organizer, it's the one that is responsible for administration, paperwork, conference, and function on how things are being functioned, such as wedding receptions, exhibitions, as well as business meetings. So beside PCO, which is professional conference organizer, it employ other sectors. So the event and conference planning, it involve other people for sales. If there are tickets that are being sold, so there will be a salesman selling the tickets of the event that you will be hosting. Marketing staff that will be hired to market what you will be planning. Staff experience, information, IT, meaning that the people, if there is a site of selling tickets, so operation team will be available as well. Then we move to travel attraction sector. We know traveling, we know attraction, places to go. So the gaming, we know gaming, it has to do with gaming. So troupies are the people that work, for example, in casino. Those people who who contribute cards. For example, in casino, there's games that are being played for winners. Like some example, you play a game and you win something, then that person will give you maybe a teddy bear, will give you the prize. We call those people groupies. Then we have cashiers changing the money to the ticket. Security, so people for safety. We have cleaners, people who clean everything there. We have sales staff, people for sales, selling stuff. We have marketing staff, people who marketing. Then we move to leisure. We know leisure has to do with the tourists that travel to get some relax. So in the place that you go travel to and relax, we have cashiers there. If you want to buy something in the place that you are in, we have cleaners who clean the place. We have gardeners, those people who make sure that the grass is greener. We have souvenirs. Souvenirs are the things that you can buy and will be the reminder of the place that we have traveled to. Sales assistants, salesperson selling stuff, museum staff, meaning that staff that is working in the museum, and working with the animals. Then theater box meaning that it's a box, selling of ticket to customers, the place that has like information, processing of tickets. Then we talk about conservation. Conservation has to do with looking after the nature. So there will be a place that will travel to talk about animals and needs to be conserved. So there's a cashier that sells tickets. There you can pay the ticket. Park rangers, those people who in the camp, they look after those people that are in the camp. For those that are in the camp, looking after them. Camp instructors, similar to tour guides. Zookeepers, these people that are feeding animals in the zoo. Maintenance, making sure that everything is being maintained, everything is used effective. Interpreters, interpret. We know that not everyone speaks the same language, so interpreters are the people that will interpret the other language. So sport and restriction has to do with the sport. We have jobs that you can find for fitness instructors, personal trainers, train other people in hotels, ride operators are the people that work in the amusement park, people work in the entertainment. Sport coach training kids in the sport. Examples, yeah. So this is the kind of job that we talked about. Marketing, all of them, marketing, security, the cleaners, these are cashiers, these are groupies, making sure that the game is operated effective. These gardeners, these things to buy, souvenirs, these theater books, cleaners, yeah. These are museum stuff. Telling them the importance of museum. This is park rangers, meaning that this is a ranger leading these people. This is a ranger, this is a cashier, this is the what? Zookeeper, making sure that this is the interpreter. There is a sport coach, This is the ride operators. For example, if there is a horse that you'll be riding, if you are traveling with these things that are traveling, like a wheel. So those people that are paying for that. Okay, so the second slide, second last last slide. So personal characteristics. So the characteristics that are needed for someone to work in the industry of tourism, meaning that tourism is a service orientated. So tourism industry, it's a in order for you to work in the tourism industry, you must have a mindset that prioritize the needs of others. Being a person that is so helpful to others makes a difference. So tourism industry is such a industry that is oriented for such. Be a person who helps others, be a person who makes difference, be a person who prioritizes the needs of others. And also this means that for that people employed in the industry, so those are the kind of people that are being employed in the industry, will work with what such people who work in the industry. So the industry needs people who always be working with people. So it is therefore important to the and also necessary to have such skills, characteristics, skills, be able to cope in the industry. The biggest thing to cope in the industry. So what is a skill? A skill is the ability to whereby you have to be able to do something. That's a skill. Skill meaning that you have to do something. You have to have a skill of land. A skill is something that you learn. We are not born with skills, and therefore, anyone can is required necessary skill to work in the industry. You are required to have skills in order to work in the industry. We are not born with them. So these are the categories of skills that we have talked about as well in the entrepreneur topic. Core skills, they are related basically on numerical. You have to have calculations, know how to calculate money. You have to have communication skill, communicate with people in a manner that is right. Problem solving, you have to solve problems. Team work, you have to work with others. Communication skill, communicate with others. Supposed to be safe skills, safety at work, organizational skills, making sure that everything is organized right. Communication skills, as we had here. Team work skills, work with other people. Team conflict resolution, if there is a conflict at work, you must have a skill of resolving. Management, making sure that everything is managed in a manner that is right. Basic first aid skill, skill of first aid. If there is anyone that has fallen, you don't know, then you take the first aid, you do the first aid. Time management, you manage time in effective in a manner that is right. Then the job related skills, the skills that you need to have for the job. So these skills are what are specific for a particular job. So these skills, in order to work in a particular job or a career, you need to have these skills. So the word to describe these skills is a vocational skill, skills that are used for a particular job. If you are driving buses, then you need driving skill, research skill, research the kind itinerary kind of tourists that are coming. Financial skill has to do with managing funds. Language, meaning that you have to have a skill of having different languages to use for the tourist. Multilingual. Information technology, IT, operating IT, bookings and everything. Computer skill, skills that you can use to maybe selling tickets, everything. Managing website, managing skill, you manage everything. marketing, you market for the business, you advertise for the business. Then foreign exchange calculation, you calculate the money that is brought by the tourist to the what? To the country. The last slide for the day, it's personal qualities. Personal qualities, a person must be employed in the tourism industry. If they have these qualities, a person should be what? Be honest all the time. Reliability, meaning that the person must be the person that we can consider, depending on a person who follows what they are saying, a person who is committed all the time, and also a person who is a what? A team player, work with others. Enthusiasm, meaning that a person who shares the joy, excitement, setting goals, enthusiast all the time. A person who is confident and believing the idea they have, they will put it in place. Must be a person who respects and a person who's not in a hurry, is a polite, is a kind person. Show respect for others, consider what others say all the time. So a person must be a well-groomed, maintain professional image all the time. Well-groomed, being prepared, know what to say all the time, being prepared, and also enjoy working with others. So these are the best qualities that are needed for the jobs that we have in the what? In the tourism industry. Thank you guys. This is grade 11's work, term 3. So please don't forget to subscribe. If you need any green light of the jobs to find in tourism industry,